Hey, awesome. Today I'm going to share with you 4 reasons why you need a vision for the future. Let's go. Reason number 1. If there's no clear and exciting vision for the future, the mind will always return to its past. What does that mean? Well, the mind, which is produced by the brain, which is very old device that has been developed in a form of or in a process of evolution in the last tens if not hundreds of thousands of years, has a main function. And the main function of the brain is to keep you and me, us, alive. That is why its focus goes on the negative. That is why it's so easy to be lazy, to be negative, to not willing to do stuff, because this behavior allowed us to preserve energy, and this behavior allowed us to spot a potential life threat early enough and activate either a fight or flight function. And this is the modus operandi of the brain, even though it's a bit different environment we operate in these days. And if you don't have a clear and exciting vision of your future, your brain will always remind you of the stuff, of the experiences that were negative, that were bad. They had some sort of a emotional charge. And why? Well, because they kept you alive. If something bad happened in your life, something happened that made you feel anxious, angry, sad, this is what is automatically going to pop up if you don't have your own defined vision of the future. This is number 1. Number 2, if you don't have a vision for your future, most likely you will not have new experiences. And if you don't have a new experiences, then you get what you always did. There is a saying by, I believe, Albert Einstein, that doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result is a definition of stupidity. And this is what we do. If we don't know the direction that we are being headed towards, we are keep doing the same thing over and over again. And this is also visible on, let's say, on the external level of ourselves. What does that mean? You see, our bodies are protein-making factories. Our bodies are made out of proteins. In fact, there's around 100,000 different proteins that create our bodies. And if we do the same thing over and over again, at some point, the peptides that create proteins start wearing out. And so if they wear out, the quality, the output of the protein that our body is being built of, and you see we have a completely new body every 11 months, is start deteriorating. It's going to malfunction at some point, and this shows in a form of a wrinkles, in a form of losing hair, in a form of bone marrow, in a form of functioning internal organs, etc., etc. This is all made out of proteins. How do new experiences influence our health, and how do new experiences and influence our appearance? Well, the end product of every experience is an emotion or that produces a feeling. And if we live our life by the same emotions and feelings that we lived so far, our body will keep producing the same. But if there is excitement in our life, if there is novelty in our life, there are new feelings that we never experienced before, this will influence the way our body will be created over and over again. This is called epigenetics. The genes are being activated by the emotions that we experience, because you see internal environment in your body is an external environment for your genes, and it's an external environment for, let's say, your internal factory that it's producing you. This is number 2. No new experiences, no novelty, you start aging fast. Number 3, no new experiences, no growth, no learning. If we don't have new experiences, if we don't do new things, we don't learn new things about ourselves. And you see, if there's no progress in self-awareness, there is a regress, because the world is moving in such a fast pace today that if we don't keep up with ourselves, with what is going outside, we are being left behind. How do we learn about ourselves? Through experiences, ideally through the new ones that are gonna make us feel differently, and through those feelings and emotions we become aware of something that we were not able to be aware before. Number 4, if there is no exciting vision for the future for your life, if there's no novelty in your life, you keep doing the same thing over and over again. And if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, the brain will keep you forgetting what you did yesterday, what you did last week, what you did last month, and all of a sudden the year is gone, 10 years is gone. If you keep doing the same thing over and over again, your brain goes into autopilot. And if there's no new novelty, no emotional charge in your life, there is no value for the memory there is no value for the experience to be stored in a long-term memory. That is why being in a routine feels as if the time flies, because there is no new things. You don't pay attention, you're not present. Number 4, if you don't have exciting vision for the future that pushes you to, makes you experience new things, there's no novelty, your life speeds up. And there's a quote I would like to leave you with. Most people live until they're 80, but they die at the age of 25. You're awesome.